Guys, Cool Runnings here with a video on Ark of War about investment of your gold collection, where you can get gold, how you can farm it in a manner of speaking. So let's begin. So first thing off, we're going to talk about gold investment, and I'll explain how to do that earlier in the game. So one of the traps that most players fall into once they get their gold investments going, and you'll see that I have all mine going and I never cancel them, is there'll be a really good event. You'll have like release 10 commanders or something, or there'll be release 250 commanders. You'll get Blader or something like that, and you'll cancel all your investments and you'll spend all your gold, but then you have no gold coming in to continue spending. And that's not what you want to happen. What you want to happen is you want to keep your gold investments invested. In the very beginning of the game, there's a few ways to get gold, a lot of gold, really fast, and I'll explain them in a minute. But I just want to go through some basic math once you get all your investments going. And that is the minimum amount monthly that you can make from having all of your investments going is 32,600 per month. Okay, now to be shielded for the whole month with 3-day shields, if you're in Centicon or even if you're out of Centicon, because the 3-day shield costs 2750 if you're out of Centicon. If you're in Centicon, it costs 2500, and you basically times that by 30, it gives you 27,000 or 29,000 costs you to be shielded for the whole month, and minimum you're bringing in 32,600 gold from your investments. The maximum you can bring in is 48,600 in your gold. And why I say maximum and why there's a variation is because your last investment, where you invest 20,000 gold, it varies between 30% and 70%. So when I say minimum, I mean the minimum you will get is 30% and the maximum you can get is 70%, right? Just for this one investment. Okay, you've got, I think it's like 5 others, if my maths is right. I could be wrong. And so, easy math. If you work it out monthly, maximum 48,600. So even if you're shielded for the whole month, you're going to have about 10,000 gold left over. If you're not, well, you got a lot of gold every month coming in. Let's face it. I mean, unless you're spending it at events or stuff like that. But if you're a good saver and you save up all your gold throughout the year, there's an event, there's a Christmas event or a New Year's event or a Chinese New Year's event, Easter event. You know, there's really good events throughout the year that Seven Pirates, who's the developer of the game, puts on. And I'll show you real quick what I mean by that. If you save all your gold throughout the year, right, if you do some quick math, so 50,000 by 10, 500,000 gold, so be about 600,000 gold, give or take, if you really want to go down that road. It'll ask you, depending on which event you're using. Most commonly it's Christmas event. Last one we wasn't actually very good, so they're probably going to change it this year, which is why I'm going to be saving all my gold for this year. Back to the point, sorry. So use 1,000 gold, this is what you get. Okay, use 5,000 gold, this is what you get. Use 2,000 gold, this is what you get. This isn't the same for every event, it varies, but to give you an idea, the most it's asking you to spend is 20 million gold, which gets you a massive 25,000 leadership. Just leadership, that is, well, it's not priceless, but it's a massive amount. 100 optional resource chests, and for new players, it basically means that unless it's cash, you get 2 of it. So you could end up with 200 million. Well, actually, that's wrong because it's 1.2 million each. So you'd end up with a bit more. Sorry. But yeah, you could end up with double the amount of food, or you could divide it and do 25 million of each and get 50 million of each resource. You know, whatever you want to do. Massive 400 days, so 365 days in a year. That's a lot, and that comes in handy when you start researching tier 12 or level 22 buildings, for instance. Primary AI, anything below level 40 increases it by 1, and you get 5. That is massive. So this is a lot of like end game stuff. as well. But so if you save 20 million, and it seems like a lot, but once you get down into the mass of it, it's actually quite doable, especially if you don't spend your gold and you might have a farming account specifically for investing gold just for the next couple of years. You just keep investing gold every day, every 15 days, 7 days, whatever it is, over a couple of years, and you end up with 20 million. Well, you get all this, and that is a massive boost to whatever main arc you're currently using. So that's end game type stuff. So we'll go back to the very beginning. If you go into your investments, if you're a beginning player, you get an option next to your black market trading. It'll pop up exactly how these investments do, but it'll say, do you want to invest 2,000 gold in growth planning? And every 2 levels from when you invest in it, so level 2 bridge, level 4 bridge, level 6 bridge, level 8 bridge, etc., all the way up to level 16 bridge, you will actually get a return of your gold. You'll get soda bottles, which is for new players stuff that refreshes your commander's energy, which can come in handy if you're an early server and you're constantly fighting people, you're constantly using your commanders, stuff like that can come in handy. And yeah, so that's one of the options. The other way is early on in the game is you get what I call a lot of gold, not resources, sorry, a lot of gold by killing monsters. As you can see, I'm up to level 16, right? Once you get all the way up to Nightmare level 20, you actually get 100,000 gold, which basically fills all your investments. To beat these guys, so you need to use a little bit of smarts, gear, and soldiers, a lot of them. But when you do Sandworm level 1, first kill only, you will get 100 gold. Same thing for the rest of them. First kill, the gold varies, so Sandworm level 2 might be 200. I honestly can't remember, it's been so long since I've killed them. But your gold return for killing monsters actually increase every monster you kill, up to the thousands, like quite literally up to the thousands. Like as you can see, I've onto Nightmare level 16, which will give me 30,000 gold, but I'm not in a rush to do it because I don't need the gold, as you can see. So beginning game, kill a few monsters, get your gold investments going, basically help these guys out, and then once you start getting a gold every day, you can start reinvesting it into more of your investments. And at the moment there's only 6. One faction corporation you can't actually invest in until you get to cargo hold level 20. Cargo hold level 20, my bad. But if you're starting to invest in black market trading from the moment you start playing the game, once you get through the tutorial and all that, because that's basically ClickFest, the tutorial bit, it asks you to invest 1,500 gold, which is easy to get in the beginning, including 2,000 gold for your growth plan. Once you get the 1,500 gold and you start investing it every 24 hours, you actually get a return of 105 gold per day. So you times that by a month or 30 days, whichever you want to work it out to be, is about 3,000 gold. You can then use that 3,000 gold, depending on how much gold you end up playing with in the beginning, because I think there's a $1.50 thing you can buy if you really want to spend $1.50 to buy, I think it's like 2,000 or 3,000 gold or something. So you quite literally be able to do your first 3 investments from the beginning of the game just by killing monsters, doing your dailies, completing the tutorial, stuff like that. You start investing that, give you 3,000. Once you invest your 1,500 gold in your 3 days, it's the same return, but you're just getting more gold basically every 3 days. The next one is Shadow Matter investment for 7 days for 600 gold. So you end up with 2,400 to get by the end of the month, basically. I mean, it's every 7 days, so 28 days in a month. Once you get down to the math, the nitty-gritty math of gold investments, you actually end up by the end of the month with quite a bit, once you actually end up with all 6 of your investments going. The last one is obviously the most risk or reward, depending on how you look at it. As long as you don't cancel it, you'll end up with minimum 30% to 70%. So at the end of the month, you will be able to get minimum 32,600 or maximum 48,600, and that is a lot of gold. And if you don't spend it, like I said in the beginning, it adds up pretty quickly. Now we got the investments talked about out of the way. We'll go into storyline. In the very beginning, when you're a new player, even if you're a advanced player or end game player, they'll know what I'm talking about in a minute. Connect to your Facebook. I don't actually have a Facebook account, as weird as that seems, but if you did, you get 100 gold, free gold. You know, it's free. There's no catch except for linking to a dummy Facebook, John Smith, whatever you want to do. Attack enemy players 30 times, 100 gold. Defend your arc 10 times, 100 gold. 300 gold free. You're only, playing the game, basically. Your other one, where you get a little bit of gold, not a lot, a little bit. I say a little bit because I'll show you in a minute. And we'll start with these as well. You get, so generally it matches what you have to skip it by, is what I have found. I think that's like a general rule in the game or something. If you let it go for your 4 hours, so I generally set all these as soon as my game resets, which is 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, because that's where I live, Australia. It's 30 gold, right? But you end up, if you check the other ones, you got Leaders, Magazine, where is it? Nothing. Okay, these are all pretty crap for today. There you go, there's another 30 gold. So that's 60 gold, depending on what you get. I've seen these go up to 100 gold or 200 gold, depending if you have like 12 hours or 24-hour daily exploration things to just wait for it to finish. It's free resources, free gold, free leadership, whatever. Just set them and leave. You do have to meet the requirements, which is basically nothing if you think about it. Just go sec, we'll just reset that. So that's another way that you get free gold. The other way is if you go into your individual event. I'm currently in a Chinese New Year event on my server, so it's not going to show it here, but generally there's 100 gold, and all you need to do is, depending on the day, you've got leadership increase, generally I think it's 200 leadership or something or other that you got to spend to get the 100 gold, which is nothing once you start doing your leadership collection daily, every whenever your game resets. Once you go into explore mode, that's another video. I'm going off track, apologies. So depending on the day, like weekends, kill events, just go kill a bunch of tiles, people, attack arcs, whatever, dead arcs. They'll still have troops depending on if they log back in, I guess. And you will get an easy 312, well, not on kill event weekends, but depending, it'll tell you what you need to do. Increase building power, gives you 1 point. Technology, commander power, same thing, 1 point. It'll tell you exactly what to do above it, and then you just do it right up until you get the 100 gold. And yeah, so that's individual. That goes for 7 days. You'll get 700 gold, free gold out of it just by doing the individual events throughout the week. Same thing again, 3,000 gold a month just by doing the events that they're asking you to do. Which costs you nothing to do. This one, guild assistance. So depending on if you spend money in this game, like I said, it's free to play, or you can pay a little bit of money, totally up to you. Donate 1 gold will actually get you double the points. So I think it's, for me, it's $8 will get the guild 3,000 gold. Things like 2,990, but yeah, so work it out to be 3,000, and so you basically just double it, gives it 6,000 points. It would basically wipe out anyone else that was not paying, if you want to look at it that way. I think we're ranked number 1, so I don't think anyone's really spending money at the moment. Yeah, so Kings of Asia or their players will be coming back online soon and start donating as well, and it'll be close to a tie. Same thing again, the higher you score in these guild assistants, the more gold you'll actually get for winning it. You know, you'll get the 100 gold just by getting to the end, but then if you come second or first, like Death will get first, so I might get second unless somebody spends some money, and Hunter BR will get third, and you'll actually end up with another 200 gold, free gold, you know, depending on how the game tells it to distribute it, stuff like that. My bad. So if you go back into it, yeah, so that's the same thing again, another 3,000 gold. That's not even including if you place in your events. You get 100 or 200 gold at the same time after the event has finished. Sorry, not at the same time, I do apologize. There's a lot of different ways to get gold in this game. You don't have to spend money to begin getting gold. I mean, it's cheap, $1.50, and then 7 Pirates increases it to, I think it's $4.99 or it's like $7.99, depending. I haven't played a new account for a while. I've been working on this one mostly. So once you start buying, 7 Pirates will consistently try to get you to buy more. All you got to do is keep your gold invested. The longer you have your gold invested, you won't get a return if you cancel your gold. You must keep it invested till the end of the time period. That's basically it. You can also do, like I said, Monsters Guild event, individual event. You end up with quite a lot of gold by the end of the month, and then you just start reinvesting it. And depending on the event, you know, if you want to save your gold, or if you want to spend a little bit just to get a couple of items for an event, entirely up to you how you want to play the game. I know there are arcs that are specifically meant for just resource mining at events, not playing commanders or gathering resources or anything like that, specifically for events. So this event, for example, like where is it? Well, we'll do a free refresh and I'll see if I get one for you. There, right? Bam. 10 million gas. Only cost you 20 cosmic crystals. Is it cosmic? I could be wrong. What they're called. 10 million gas. And these green crystals you basically get just by doing your daily quests again. You know, that's 10 million. If you work that out, 1.2 million resources cost. And except for cash. Cash is double. Costs you 2,000 gold if you're in Centicon. If you're not in Centicon, it's like 2,100 gold or something. So you're basically getting 10,000. No, that's wrong. It's 10,000 gold, or like 15,000 gold worth of resources just by doing an event. You're not even really playing your arc. You're just getting it up to a point where you can start getting your events to gather stuff as well at the same time. And you know, it's another version of this game that not many people really talk about. I mean, if you head over to Melt's channel, Badger's channel, Ridiculous Badger, Deranged 87, they're all talking about hard statistics, data, facts, to do with commanders, stuff like that. And then Melt will also talk about other stuff to do with the game itself. He has videos on a lot of the other stuff. It's the same thing, you know. It's starting to become an economy of itself to do with resources, just farming resources, not actually playing the account. You're just using it to get resources. It's an amazing thing that started to pop up with this game over the last 6 to 12 months that I've noticed. So yeah, and that's basically, went on a bit of a rant there. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's basically gold farming at its most profitable when you're in the beginning of the game. When you're at the end of the, well, end game, it's you know, you've killed all the monsters, you got the first gold from it. You're basically relying on your investments, your individual events. You've got your guild event, and you know, your growth plan only lasts till about level 16 bridge, if I remember correctly. So that's really just to help, like, give you a leg up in the beginning, so to speak. So that's about it. I can tell you a bunch of math to do with the investments on a monthly basis or a daily basis as well. So black market trading, you're going to get minimum every month 31.50 from that. Spice trade, you're going to get 1,050 I think it's 1,050. Yeah, 1,050 by the end of the month. Sorry. So I work it out on 28 days or 30 days, depending. Just rounds it up. Shadow Matter Investment, 2,400. End of the month. Carnival Operations, that's easy. 5,000. End of the month. Fashion Corporation. Once you get cargo level 20, make sure you invest in this, because that's another 4,500 every 15 days, so 9,000 per month. And the last one I've already told you about, minimum 12,000 every 15 days, or maximum 28,000 every 15 days, and then you just times it by 2 to get the monthly. So you end up with a lot of gold every month, and depending on if you want to spend it or you don't spend it, it can make you very resource rich, depending on the event that you want to save it for. And that's it. Well, thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and leave a comment, whether it's good or bad. All feedback is good. Something to improve on. This is Cool Runnings. Until next time, thanks for watching.